Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's LTC Missy here, coming at you with a video review over Solaroad. And I know this project is really starting to blow up, like another project that is similar to or resemblance to, which is called Fintoch. I've done 2 videos over that, explaining why I'm not joining that. And so I'm gonna do a video review over Solaroad here as well, going over the information, and then I'll let you know what I decided to do with Solaroad. But before I do so, I'd like to say that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not advise one to invest or spend their money. All I do is show opportunities that I believe that would be beneficial to anyone around the world. So with that said, let's get into this video. So Solaroad is a new smart contract that's based around like the supercomputing power or something like that, to where you're able to pretty much participate through the computing power that they're able to offer by buying their tokens and staking them. But so now I just want to go over the information that's here on the actual website, and then just move on forward from there. So high performance supercomputing public chain, they got white paper right here for you to view, which I'll go to that a little bit later. And they got 2 million of these side tokens or Solaroad tokens that's available in circulation, and that's supposed to be all they're supposed to have as well. So for the whole human society, computer power is no longer a concept of technical dimension. It has risen to the dimension of economics and philosophy, and has become the core productivity of digital economy era, as well as the cornerstone of the digital transformation of the whole society. All right, and it says super is the fourth infrastructure built by human beings after railways, power grids, and gas pipelines. All right. So that's just something they put on there, and you can find the science advisor of the president of the U.S. is the one that quoted that, and the one prior was John McCarthy, and then they got another one here, which is Utility Net. Hold on, so that's strange. I just saw that. So there's Utility Net here, but that's the same thing that was already said here by John McCarthy. Let's go forward a little bit more and see what this is. It turns out that we really need is 1 million times more computer power than we have now, not just tens of times more. So that's Jeff Dean, head of Google AI. All right. And so this right here is going like showing like different news articles and everything like that. Not gonna go over that. Here's a video that's explaining what Solaroad is and what they're trying to do and everything like that. You can watch this at your own time. And so what they're trying to do here is like mining. So new ways to mine cryptocurrencies. It only needs to purchase the digital rights pass SR to provide computing power for Solaroad's computing power tool. Enjoy the computing power dividend and provide continuous AI computing power for the global computing power demanders. All right, you can click on here to learn more, but I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. So improve efficiency, data analytics, machine learning, and blockchain node operations is what they're aiming for. So through supercomputer power, we can create a larger, cheaper, and more efficient public chain building and distribution scheduling network of huge computing power. And then Solaroad supercomputing public chain can provide distributed computing capabilities, support large-scale data and analysis and processing, as well as the training and optimization of machine learning models. Solaroad supercomputing public chain can be used as the operating platform of blockchain nodes to provide faster and more reliable node services for blockchain networks. So the core technology, Solaroad supercomputing public chain, is an incentive layer based on distributed network. Solaroad will build a more complete, huge, low cost, and more efficient, huge computing power public chain network and receiving and distributing scheduling network, which is different from the traditional centralized computing power network and cloud computing power network. Solaroad will build the world's largest supercomputing cluster resource pool. All right. Now, so they got 2 different tokens. They got the Solaroad Revenue Clearance Token, the A coin, and then the Platform Equity Token, which is SOD, is converted to through A coin. So then they got the DPoS consensus mechanism. DPoS is a new consensus algorithm based on POW and POS, and to ensure the security of digital currency network. So this right here is going to be proof of work and proof of staking. All right, so that's what POW and POS stands for. And then you got intelligent computing network. Solaroad realizes the integration of different hardware architectures and software programming frameworks and realizes the public chain of high performance distributed intelligent computing power based on blockchains. Okay, and that right there pretty much is all that they have on the main page. They don't have any licenses or contracts or anything like that to display that they're able to provide the service that they're saying that they're providing. Also, you don't know who are the creators of this project. Okay, so what you had to do was, you go to the white paper, and we'll go right to the team introduction. And this is the team or the founders: Edward Woodward, who is supposedly from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And then this talks about his background right here as well. And then you got this Stanislaw. I'm not going to pronounce this last name, I'll butcher it. But the University of Waterloo, which that right there is a prestigious university from Canada. Of course, you got the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. That's a prestigious university from the United States. And then you come down a little bit more and you find John Elway's. So not John Elway, which is the famous Hall of Fame quarterback from Denver Broncos, but John Elway's. All right, and he went to Princeton University. So all three of these guys have gone to prestigious universities, or maybe not. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can find these guys. So if they got this kind of resume, then of course they would have this on LinkedIn. So I went to LinkedIn, and they got the same profile pictures that they got inside of the white paper here. And when I go to the LinkedIn, like, okay, Edward, the main guy of Solar Digit Foundation, has only 2 connections. Now I know people be like, well, a lot of people don't like using LinkedIn. Well, these people that got these kind of professional resumes, they use LinkedIn all the time. They're gonna have all kinds of connections, and they're gonna have posts and everything as well. So you come back here. He only got 4 followers, and the experience does not have anything on here about Solaroad. Okay, and so you see the interest, and so let's go right down here. MIT, Cathay Pacific Preferred Networks Inc., and LinkedIn News. So now there's another guy on YouTube. I forgot his name. He did a video as well, and he actually got in contact with MIT to verify if this person actually attended MIT. Kind of find out they don't have any record of Edward Woodward attending MIT. Okay, so that right there is a big red flag. And so you go to the other guy, Stanislaw, and you see here has 0 followers, and then the experience also does not have Solaroad here for the experience. And you come right here to see the skills, and it's just like, okay, well, you put the skills on here, but you don't really define what this is that you actually did, or whatever the case may be. You just put the titles of things here. That don't make any sense. But I'm pretty sure if I was to contact Waterloo University, they'll probably say that this gentleman never attended. They don't have any record of Stanislaw either. Now you go to John Elway's. You got Princeton University here. Like I said, all 3 of these guys chose prestigious universities. 2 of them being from the United States, 1 being from Canada. But none of them have hardly any activity at all on LinkedIn. 2 followers here. Okay, and no Solaroad listed for the experience at all. It's just like, if you're currently involved with this project called Solaroad that is blowing up like crazy, then you'll have Solaroad here as in your list of your current experience or companies that you're control, like managing or whatever the case may be. That's not even listed for none of these 3 gentlemen here. And got interest here. 4 companies got pretty much, they all doing the same thing. So they follow the university that they say they went to, and then you got Hewlett Packard, LinkedIn News, Dell Technology, something like that. It's not much at all going off their LinkedIn profile. Now I admit it, I don't have a whole lot like this right here on my LinkedIn profile, but you can find a history, and you can find people that's follow me and everything like that as well. And I'm not nearly as prestigious as these 3 gentlemen are claiming to be. So that right there is what I want to go over on that. And just like, if you are actually who you say you are, then why is it that you got fake profiles up? And so you go to the launch dApp, and you'll be able to see how it is that people are able to participate with this project, which I'm not. And it's just like, it's very simple, just like anything else that's out there on this blockchain, whatever it is that you want to call it. And then they said they got the partners here with Binance Smart Chain, which this is based off of Binance Smart Chain, but I won't say that as a partner. Then they got sale partners, Target Global, Atomico, Index Ventures, Balderton, North Zone. Let me close this out. I don't know how this, Holt Spring Ventures, Octopus Investments, Lake Star, in the Invest, Partners, GMO, Coinbase. Oh man, they said they partner with Coinbase, Jasper, Jenny, OpenAI. Now, from the research that I have done, none of these have said that they partner with Solaroad. All right, none of them. So I click on Coinbase. I know for sure Coinbase is not saying that they're partner with Solaroad. Coinbase don't say that they're partner with anyone hardly. Now, not unless it's like an actual business venture or something like that. But Coinbase is not going to be involved with something like this. And then Binance Smart Chain. Binance is not going to be partnered up with something like this neither. Okay. And then I don't know who the rest of these people are, but let's say OpenAI. Or let's say Jenny. Let's go to something that's unknown. Let me see. Close this out. I used to click on these things and it used to take me to the website. So this one, like, yeah, it's like you see what's going on here. I used to click on these things. Maybe it wasn't here. Maybe it was on the main website. Yeah, there we go. So who uses Solaroad? So they got the Jenny AI right here. So I click on Jenny AI, and you come to the website. They have no mention of Solaroad at all on this website. Okay, no mention of it. So close that out. I'm gonna go back here and click on the next one. So they don't even have Coinbase on this list right here. They got different names of other companies or something like that, protocols that's supposed to be using Solaroad. And so they still got OpenAI here. They got the Jenny AI here, but none of the other ones that I had mentioned that's actually over here. That's another red flag. So you switched up from here, from these companies except for two, and you went with almost totally different list over here for partners. So let's go over here. Let's say repurpose IO. Click on that. You come right here. They have no mention of Solaroad being their partner at all. Okay, no mention of it. So, hey, I forgot to show this right here, so I'm putting this in somewhere in the middle of the video, so that way you can understand a further breakdown why I'm not getting involved with this. So I got this information from someone else that was actually in the Solaroad community channel for Telegram, and he was asking questions about the legitimacy of the project. And so right here it says, so where's the actual proof there is a partnership with Hewlett Packard Enterprise? I dare you to leave this response on the chat without deleting and banning me. So it says, then they said to come to Macau event or future official event. I think you will find out. And then he says to pay for my flight and I'll come and do a YouTube video on it to market or advertise the project. And so let's go right here, and you'll be able to see that the responses, he was not getting responses of proof to assure that this was a legit project. And he says that 15K in a Ponzi scheme. Yes, I've worked for I've worked for and managed services companies for 20 years, as mentioned, HPE being one of them, and also IBM and other large institutions like Bank of England. I've worked on data center solutions across Europe. I was an AWS solution architect. I've got more knowledge than you on infrastructure design and development, but that is not my point. Where is the proof that HPE are backing this? You're avoiding the question. Your little videos of people at events are complete rubbish. No one from an IT background tends in that attire. You just bringing people off the street to a room, probably giving them free tea and sandwiches. We are professionals and we dress accordingly for events. I'm screenshotting all of my questions to post in other groups as you are not answering them. Hashtag Ponzi. So that's another reason why I'm not getting involved with this project, as you can see. All right. So that right there is what I want to show you there. And like I say, if you want to invest with this, invest at your own risk. What is you seeing where I'm going at with this here? This right here is something I'm not getting involved with. This is a Ponzi. This is a scam. It's going to end just like stable fund in the past. Stable fund is going to be that cornerstone project that I refer to for many of these new smart contracts that's coming out now, because a lot of them are copying what stable fund was able to do last year. And so stable fund was that project that was earning paying out 1.5% per day based on trading bots, which they never showed proof of. And a lot of us joined based off of what YouTubers are saying, and then like people like me, I joined based off of what the creator has said, stating that they was going to get listed on the NASDAQ and register the SEC and all this other type of stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. So that means you have to show proof that your bots actually exist, and that you are who you say you are. If you're going to get registered with the SEC and get listed on the NASDAQ, because they had their own cryptocurrency. So they also had their own private wallet with their own secret key phrases and everything like that. And just like once the owner of that project backtracked on his words of getting listed with the NASDAQ and registered SEC, I knew it was a scam at that time. And he did this back in September of last year. And the very next day I came out with a video showing that he backtracked on his words. Although he said he never said that he was going to get listed with the NASDAQ and registered SEC, I showed audio recordings of him having AMAs with other YouTubers showing that that's exactly what he said. And then he had AMA with James Pelton, which a lot of people are familiar with James Pelton, a very big YouTuber out here. And he backtracked on his words. And I was like, we're getting out of here. I told everyone we're getting out. And then 2 months later, they rug pulled. And then they supposedly supposed to try to relaunch Stable Fund 2.0, and then they rug pulled that one as well. Okay, so this is what I base these kind of projects. Fintoch, Solaroad, they're all copying what Stable Fund was able to achieve last year, which the guy got away with millions of dollars. He got away with a ton of money. Okay, same thing is going to happen with these protocols as well when they they collapse, because it's not collapse. It's going to be a rug pull. Once the withdrawals becomes more than the deposits, just like what happened with Stable Fund, they're going to shut down the smart contract to where you can't withdraw, period. And as a matter of fact, Solaroad, I saw a video before as well. The website had went down. It was showing like a 403 or 404 error code, something like that. And you come right here to try to do what you need to do with the contract, you weren't able to see this website here. So this right here was showing like a 403 error code, 44 error code, something like that. And that's right, there's a red flag, because you shouldn't be having issues with your website like that, and especially if you being brand new. Now they did bring it back and everything like that, and they gave people a reassurance that they still able to continue to make money. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people will know that they're on borrowed time with this project, just like with Fintoch. So they're getting in, they're making money, because you can make money. I'm not saying that you can't make any money. You can absolutely make money with this right here, but you gotta understand your risk. So if you're gonna get involved with this, get started with risk capital. And I really don't like to use that terminology, but it is what it is. Because see, in the end, when it comes to me, although I got risk capital, I still hate to lose. I was like, okay, yes, I got $1,000 extra to better put into this. I got $3,000 extra to put into this one. I still don't want to lose. I want to make sure that I'm getting involved with legit projects still that can be around here for a long time. Now, there's nothing that's going to last forever, but if you can get a year, 2 years, 3 years, or something like that out of these investment projects and everything like that, then that's a win-win situation for just about everyone. Okay, so that right there is all I wanted to say about Solaroad. If you like what you heard and saw, please like, subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share this video with other people. If you're interested in joining Solaroad, I don't have a link. I will not be joining this, but you can find one of these other YouTubers or whoever it is to introduce you to Solaroad and get their link, and you can start generate passive income for yourself. And like I said, get your money out as soon as possible. And then if you want to play with risk capital after that, hey, that's on you. Okay. Now, because I know they got different time frames. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, they got different time frames for you to be able to stake your money for a certain percentage, right? So they got 3% service fees for, I think that's deposit and withdrawal. And so if you put your money in for 15 days, you get 0.8% per day. You put your money in for 30 days, you get 1% per day, and you put it in for 60 days, you get 1.2% per day. Now I heard that they supposed to be coming out with a new staking protocol to where you able to earn up to 2.2% per day. So that's another thing. Anything that's got a fixed income, a guaranteed income, you gotta be careful with those as well. Okay, but that right there wraps up what I want to talk about. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.